welcome to Heroes of Might and Magic 2, The Succession Wars. Ignore the title here. I actually modded this version of it to show the original The Succession Wars intro thing. But, yeah. So this game is, of course, a sequel to the first game, Heroes of Might and Magic 1, A Strategic Quest. And it continues the same storyline as the first game. Namely, we are talking about the planet Enroth and the continent of Enroth, where, when we last left our heroes, Morglin Ironfist had taken control of pretty much entire continent, even though the last campaign was really difficult. But he made it, hooray! And this time we will not have any manuals to read, because in fact this game does not have anything interesting written in the manual. So I guess in a sense this is the first modern Heroes of Might and Magic game, because everything is inside the game itself. So, without much further ado, let's start the campaign. And of course that will be the original campaign. We'll get to the expansion later.
The troubles all began 3 years ago, with the passing of the old king, Lord Ironfist. The king left 2 sons. Roland was good, kindly, and honorable, while Archibald was not so good. Traditionally, the choice of the heir falls to the royal seer, but he died in a tragic boating accident. His successor's luck was no better, with Frederick falling out of a window, Robert slain by a dragon, and Johann dying of food poisoning. Archibald accused Roland of murdering the seers, and issued a proclamation against Roland. Fearing for his life, Roland fled the place for his castle in the west. With Roland gone, Archibald was able to influence the new royal seer's decision. The seer chose Archibald, and Archibald crowned himself king the next day. And so the war for succession began. Choose your lord.
Alright, well, with the subtitle, The Succession Wars, it was pretty obvious what this would have been about. But okay, so we have the choice. We can go either on the Roland campaign or on the Archibald campaign. The canonical path is the Roland campaign, but since I got a request to play every single scenario in every single combination in this game, I might as well start from the non-canon entry in this game and finish with the canon one, so we can go to the expansion pack knowing a bit more recently how the canon story went. So, Archibald.
Thank you for choosing to serve me. You will find I can be a very generous lord to vassals who remain faithful, which is more than I can say for the cowardly lords who refuse to take the oath from me. I am king, not Roland. No one can stand before me and refuse to serve. Go. I have allocated a sum of gold for the purpose of making an example of the lords closest to my castle. Crush them and report back to me by means of the magical amulet I have sent you.
Well, that's nice. Yeah, Archibald. He inherited quite a lot from his father. Anyway, Archibald's campaign. Day spent 0. Scenario 1. First Blood. King Archibald requires you to defeat the 3 enemies in this region. They are not allied with one another, so they will spend most of their energy fighting amongst themselves. You will win when you own all of the enemy castles, and there are no more heroes left to fight. And just like in the third game and in Heroes Chronicles, we get a choice of 3 things. Also, we get this, which is actually a flowchart of the way that the campaign will go. So at the end of the second campaign we will have a choice of one or the other campaign, and we cannot have both. So the way this will work is that I will save at the end of the second campaign, play through one, then play through another, save after their end, which is the beginning of the 5th campaign, and then depending on how high level our hero is, or whatever other resources we have, I will choose the better of the 2 options and continue from there. And that's how I'll go through every single one of these scenarios. Okay, so the first choice, 2000 gold, Mage's Ring, or Miner's Scroll. Fortunately, I don't really remember what these do. Well, the gold is obvious. But starting with gold, I don't think that's a good idea. The thing is, I don't know how heroes transfer in this game. If the artifacts do transfer, then obviously I want an artifact. But I'm not entirely certain, so I guess I'll take the Mage's Ring? I'm not sure what the Miner's Scroll is. Maybe it's like just casting a spell of some sort? Mage's Ring sounds like something that adds to our statistics. So alright, let's do that. You face 3 opponents in this scenario. Capture their castles and their heroes to prove your worthiness to Archibald. Also, depending on which campaign you're on, you will get a different user interface. So that's pretty cool. And of course, Archibald's campaign is that of the Necromancer town. It's a direct precursor to Necropolis from Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and Heroes Chronicles. And it's one of the new town types in the Heroes of Might and Magic series, with the second new town being the Wizard Town, which is a bit of a counterpart to this, I suppose, although there is some overlap. Like, warlocks and necromancers do share quite a lot in common, and wizards do also share a bit of the things in common with sorceresses. But oh well. But yeah, in general, this game is like something completely in between the first game and the third game. Not very surprising, since this is the second game. But yeah, so in towns, you can build upgrades, finally, but not for everything. And also you can build more things. A very nice thing about towns is that you can build separate items of your castle. You have just one general castle, but you can build like a moat to get an equivalent to a citadel, and both turrets to get an equivalent to a castle. I find that very nice, because generally speaking, building a citadel is something that nobody likes. And building towers is a lot better than building a moat, at least in my opinion. So that's pretty nice, and also it costs less, because you don't have to have the initial investment to buy the entire castle. And this is another new thing in Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Just like in the third game, you have skills. So we can learn Wisdom or Diplomacy. Obviously, I want Wisdom. And here we have Ranlu the Necromancer. The hero screen is pretty much a direct copy from the first game, except that a skill row was inserted. And also I have spells? Oh, haste, okay. And yes, here's our Mage's Ring, +2 spell power, not bad. And we have basic Necromancy. So Necromancers are a lot of fun to play as. Also, do I want another hero? Probably. Oh, also, the speed in this game is kind of annoying. Well, first I'll take a Necromancer. Obviously, the Necromancer. Why is the speed annoying? Well, if you go to the options, you have speed of trot, canter gallop, and jump, and walk. Walk is hilariously slow. Trot is too fast. The enemy speed, on the other hand, is canter, gallop, and jump, and don't show. There's nothing below canter. That's stupid. That's way, way, way too fast. So instead what I'm doing is I lowered the cycles to 45% so that the game slows down a bit, and that makes it manageable so you can actually see what the enemies are doing. It's a bit less responsive than optimally I would like it to see, but it does work fairly decently. And battles are okay too, so this is a good compromise, I suppose. Alright, and let's build something. So Necromancer towns, much like in later games, is pretty much vampires all the time. Liches are pretty good too. So what do I need? Thieves Guild and a pyramid. But first, well, and statue. Statue increases income. Essentially, since this game does not have town halls, statues are pretty much town halls of this game. Lots of sprites. Okay. Whoa, what am I supposed to be fighting? Okay, there's someone there. Oh, lots of skeletons, okay. I don't know if diplomacy actually works on skeletons. Okay, and yeah, I might as well. I might as well have a secondary hero that has some experience, because again, I don't know how hero transfer works, if it at all works in this game. Oh, and an oracle. Okay, that's nice. Ooh, personality. That's another new thing, I think. There are different personalities for the AI, and they will change the way that they play a bit, depending on that. But I don't think there is much of a difference. So everyone starts with one castle and no towns. Again, this is just like in the first game, the distinction is really silly. Okay, I have the most gold so far. And I'm pretty bad at total army strength. Not surprising. I do have the best income, that's because I built the statue, of course. And Skull Pile increases skeletons per week. Pretty good. Storm is just +2 to defense. Marketplace is finally something that you can use to change resources. And Thieves Guild is a Thieves Guild. So let's... no, don't build a well just yet. The pyramid, yes. Mummies are fairly good at what they're doing, actually. So that's pretty good. And nothing happened. You catch a leprechaun foolishly sleeping amidst a cluster of magic mushrooms. In exchange for his freedom, he guides you to a small pot filled with precious things. And then we stole it all. After scouring the area, you fall upon a hidden treasure cache. You may take the gold or distribute the gold to the peasants for experience. Scouting or Wisdom? For a primary hero, I'll take Wisdom. A change from the first game is that no longer do the heroes have an innate ability, they only have an affinity towards certain skills. So that's something to keep in mind. Or, I guess, something to not have to keep in mind anymore. Because the game handles everything by itself. Huh, interesting. Wasn't there a leprechaun here? Maybe this is something to show whether the building is visited or not. Interesting. As you drink the sweet water, you gain luck for your next battle. Ooh, what? Oh, okay. Okay. Thieves Guild, yes. I really don't need it, but otherwise I cannot build what I do need. Ooh, that is very useful. Of course, Necromancy. Skeletons in this game are, in fact, pretty good. They're one of the better level 1 troops. So it is worth your while to invest in Necromancy. Speaking of Necromancy, tasty peasants. I just need to get to them. Okay, this is blocked. No, wait, it's not. Okay. So I can go there and I can go there. First I want to trade. And yes, vampires. Funnily enough, this game does still have ghosts from the first game. And they are still a broken version of vampire lords. And they're still unrecruitable. But this game also has the vampire lords themselves. So you have a broken version and a non-broken version. Well, I think vampire lords are also a bit broken. But hey, we're playing as the Necromancer, so I'm not complaining. Alright, so I can go all the way here, standing stones. Oh, ore mine, yes, I do need that. And I cannot go through there. Alright, so I'll have... oh, what's that? An artifact. Have Ranlu go back to town. Now my secondary hero trade, give all the skeletons and most of the zombies 1. And then have her go all the way up and take the ore mine. Oh, I can also upgrade the mansion. I don't really know how it works, but I think that in this game upgrades cost more than just the difference between the base level and the upgraded level. So it's good to upgrade early. Still, building a mausoleum is probably better. Also, I need a well. +2 creatures of any type per week. Very useful. Now, I would prefer having a Mage's Guild, which, coincidentally, is needed for the mausoleum, so awesome. Cure, Curse, and Magic Arrow. That's pretty good. No duplicates. The well still shows you all the things that you can purchase. It's still pretty silly that you cannot purchase from it. And yes, town themes are opera. In fact, MIDI themes are pretty much karaoke. Alright, first order of business, taking down sprites. Oh, yeah, better go there. Oh, they don't even want to fight. Advanced Necromancy. I'll take a chance. Alright, so this game already has these information boxes, which are pretty useful. Also, it has different speeds. Fast is pretty good. Even at base speed, fast is pretty okay. It's a bit faster than I'd like, but it's a lot better than the normal version, which is way too slow, even with animations. Of course, I don't want spells to be cast during auto combat. Yeah. So there's no defend button, unfortunately. And still, as far as I know, flying enemies can move anywhere. So ideally, I want to minimize the number of openings for my skeletons. Of course, they can also be very silly and not amount to anything. Also, that was not a good idea. Should have attacked one of them. Oh no, 3 skeletons. Oh no, 1 vampire. That's terrible. 5 skeletons. Well, I suppose I got experience out of that. That's why you need to upgrade your vampires. Okay, well, what do I want to do next? Yeah, I might as well go here. And I can take down these skeletons. Yes, mostly am. Oh yeah, now I can also purchase some more troops. And there's the laboratory. Produces bone dragons. Interesting, but as usual, bone dragons are pretty terrible at doing everything. So I'm not really concerned with building this. Also, I'm missing gold more than anything else. Yeah, so I suppose I'll just wait a bit. Well, yeah. Yeah, we can see the leprechaun right here. That's interesting. Yeah. And now he's gone. Very interesting. I didn't know it worked that way. Really? My skeletons are the fastest. Yeah, that's pretty good for necromancy, because their speed is average. Zombie speed is very slow, and mummy speed is also average. So skeletons are pretty good in that regard as well. It doesn't slow down your army. No! No, stop doing that. Also, mummies can curse. Upgraded mummies can curse more often. Whoa, 4 skeletons, what? OP much? Sheesh. And I raised 10 skeletons. At least my skeleton count is increasing, as well as my experience. Oh yeah, 1 attack and 0 defense. That's not surprising then. And what is over here? Some resources? Can I upgrade the mansion? Yes. So now I want to go back to town. And upgrade my vampire and get some more upgraded vampires. Ah, Witch's Hut. Good for secondary heroes. Mysticism. An ancient and immortal witch living in a hut with bird's legs for stilts teaches you mysticism for her own inscrutable purposes. Mysticism, pretty good. Oh, a gold mine. Now, interestingly enough, in this game, gold isn't as much of an issue as precious resources, and for knights and barbarians, the regular resources. But in the current case, I suppose I still do want more gold. 300. 650. Oh, can I not recruit the base ones? I guess not. Okay, how about skeletons? Alright. That's pretty good. Lots of boars. Boars are pretty tough. And they're super fast, so I wouldn't want to fight them. Just yet, anyway. Wisdom. Diplomacy is still not very useful. Okay, now you can be on resupply duty. Now I cannot build anything but the marketplace. It's okay. Yeah, I might as well build the marketplace. Okay. So one problem with the DOS version is that you are limited to an 8.3 file name, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa, wait, what? I'm pretty sure that if I just save this, it will not work. Well, let's try. A very long file name. Yeah, you get everly long. So, what I'm going to do is use codes. Campaign. Archibald. That would be... Save... Okay, Archibald Campaign 01. A. Yeah, something like that. 01-AA. What? Okay, I suppose I cannot use dashes too. Okay, that's fine. And that will be all for now, and I will see you all next time once we continue crushing the enemies of Archibald Ironfist. Later.